13, first day of 8th grade. In advanced creative writing class. Sit next to a kid I've never met. Can instantly tell he's some flavor of tard. Introduce myself, ask him his name. We'll call him John. His name was John.
I'm John.
How's it going, John?
Don't call me that, I only want to be called Joe.
What? Sorry, Joe, I'll remember that. 1 week later, writing short stories in class, I ask if anyone has a more eloquent synonym for the word good. John says,
I know.
Says nothing for 15 seconds.
You could say, great.
Thanks, Joe. Not really what I'm looking for, though. He suddenly begins fuming with the heinous rage of 1,000 fetid demons. His glazed tard eyes pierce my soul. Small quantity of froth secretes from the corners of his lips. Grinds his pencil lead to a stump into his own paper, never breaking eye contact. My face when. Next year, now a freshman. Class field trip, going on a road trip and staying a couple nights. For some reason, teachers decide it's a bad idea for me and my best bro to share a hotel room. Get put with other pretty chill guy instead. Best bro, we'll call him Phil. His name wasn't Phil. Gets stuck with John Joe. Crash at hotel. Closest chaperone is the other end of the hallway. Oh yeah, .jpg. Me and roommate up watching TV way past lights out. Knock on the door. Oh shit, .jpg. Look through keyhole. Somehow not chaperone. Christians 1, atheists 0. It's actually best bro. Let him in. He asks if he can crash with us. Sure, man, what happened? John, pissed in the bed. Also on the floor. All of my what? My face when. Next morning, he goes back to his place to shower. He reports back had to physically force John to get in the shower to wash his stinking piss off himself. To be continued. Later that day, on a bus to go see something, John is a super crazy pervert. Sitting next to an 8 out of 10 chick from class on the bus, obviously ogling. She's visibly uncomfortable. Being a freshman beta white knight, I go sit behind them. Start talking to her, we actually hit it off. Victory.jpg. Suddenly, she screams. I'm thinking I totally blew it. Ask what's wrong. She gets up and runs to the back of the bus. I look over the seat. John has the dopiest grin on his face. Piss everywhere. Running down his leg, on the seat, everywhere. My face when. Within minutes, the entire bus reeks of piss. After the girl screamed, the teacher runs over.
Anon, what did you... Oh my god, John, what the hell are you doing?
I had to go.
My face when best bro has to try and force this monster into the shower for 3 more days, and almost gets pissed on one night. Later that year, smaller school with semi-unusual prom tradition. All students help make scenery, set up venue, etc. Also, due to small size, freshmen and sophomores are also allowed to attend. Arrive to setup day. See John. Hey Joe, how's it going?
Who told you to call me that?
He is now John forevermore. Rest in peace, John Joe. Get assignment from teacher supervisor. Group of us to go work on spray painting fake rocks. Everything is going fine until John walks up.
Hi guys, I'm supposed to join you now.
We ask why. He doesn't answer. Later learn that he tried to eat the decorations he was supposed to be making. We show him how to properly paint the rocks. He gets super excited for some reason. He sits down to join the line, works for about 30 seconds. Suddenly sprints off as he is carried by the blessed winds of furore. What? After getting over our surprise, we go outside to see what's happening. John is attempting to huff paint, but has obviously never tried. He fumbles with the can and finds the nozzle. Aims directly at his face, only inches away from his nose. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Sprays. Paint freaking everywhere. All over his face, hair, etc. He snaps and freaks out. Flings the can and runs away. My face when. Best prom decorating day ever. As mentioned, John is creepy perv to the 10th power. Frequently stares intently at girls in class, even the 2 out of 10s. I go to the school computer lab one day. Boot one up, go online, hit up Facebook like any good student. John's still logged in. Don't think much of it, not the kind of guy to dick around with another man's Facebook, and log him out. I do some research, need to save a PDF. Choose My Documents when I notice another folder. It says Secret. Open it. More secret. Open it.
Top secret, do not open.
Open it. My face when the entire folder is like 100 plus Facebook photos of girls in my class. Some have their boyfriends hastily scratched out with Microsoft Paint. I decide this is too good to tamper with, leave the folder alone. Forget all about it. 1 week later. Go to computer lab, there's like 8 girls in there. This never happens, plus they're all like freaking out, 2 were crying. I ask what's wrong. Fucking every single computer has one of their photos as the background image. About 30% are scratched out boyfriend pictures. My face when I allowed this to happen. It's now sophomore year. School has acquired some laptops. It's widely rumored that John was responsible for the Facebook photo fiasco. Only I have the true proof, his Facebook logged in. But I cannot reveal it for fear of losing future lulz. Lunchtime. Left something inside, I go back. John sitting in empty classroom with laptop. As I approach, I notice he appears to be milking the moose under the table through his pants. What? I walk into room, his dead psycho eyes are locked on the screen, with the intensity of a hobo on bath salts. I am completely undetected despite no effort to conceal my presence. Walk around behind him. 2 girls, 1 cup. My face when. Dude, what the hell? He immediately snaps, flips the laptop out of the other hand and leaps up, slams laptop shut.
It was Facebook, I swear! I swear!
Final, John's story. It is now senior year. John's laptop privileges are restored. Working on group project for some stupid class. Need laptops. Best bro Phil goes and gets one. Boot up dat Firefox. Begin search on homepage. The suggestion box drops down. Oh god, why? Look in top right corner. John's email signed in. So much flawless victory. I screen cap. We decide whether or not to show the teachers. Decide against it and store it in our private archives. I ask John about it. He disavows all knowledge of it. Now, for the first time, our screenshot is shared with the masses. 2 weeks later, John is thrown out of the school for excessive pornography consumption and pissing on the bathroom floor. We never see him again.
Let's see here, we have adult fuck games and animal sex game. Oh, degenerate.
So I did a little bit of snooping around and I found another story that is about a guy named John and sounds quite similar to the story told to us by the previous Anon, so we're going to go ahead and take a gander at it. BB. 3rd grade, halfway through the semester. Teacher announces that we have a new student. Let's call him John. John sits 1 table away from me. The fucking stench of him. I doubt he showered in 3 weeks due to his mother being a lazy alcoholic. Don't blame her, I would be one too if my son was John. The first hour of him, other than stench, is pretty normal, and he gets along with the other kids. Suddenly, the girl who sits next to him takes his pencil. This isn't even my final form.jpg. He grabs her wrist with the force of 10 men. The class is now on one half of the room except for John and the girl. He pushes her wrist down on the table and begins smashing her hand with a 3-ring hole punch that was on the desk. This continues as Girl 1 screams in pain, and John screams in rage for a solid minute before the security officer takes him to the ISS room. Girl 1's hand has several broken bones and a decent-sized gash in her hand. John isn't seen for a solid 3 weeks, and Girl 1 transfers to the other 3rd grade class. My face when. 3 weeks later. Everything has gone back to normal for the most part. No 3-ring hole punch, 'cause broken. Girl's mom decides to not press charges because of his special needs, aka retardism. Middle of math class, we're learning fractions with Hershey's chocolate bars. John walks in. Girl gags and I let out a sigh. Tard Wrangler says he's under control now. Sure he is, .jpg. He sits at my table this time due to the kids at his old table being traumatized. I puke a little in my mouth. He's trying to talk to me. His breath smells like literal shit. Puke a little more in my mouth. The rest of the class goes normal and I continue to gag and try to ignore it. Recess will be my savior. I wait. The bell rings and I bolt out faster than Usain fucking Bolt. The fresh air is liberating. Freedom.jpg. John comes skipping out and loses a shoe on the way to the slide. Just a little information, the slide at our school is like the Holy Grail to us. We would die for it. John climbs the ladder after pushing Girl 1 and some random bitch to the side. He lets out a Tard mating call. He proceeds to proclaim, "I am John. I am a daredevil." Watch this, .jpg. He jumps from the top of the slide. Now, this slide is about 15 to 17 feet tall, so when he hit in the middle, he hit hard. Impact. He dents the slide and slides down it crying. Something's not wrong. I see a long, thick brown line about 2 feet down the slide from where he hit. Turns out when he hit, he somehow ripped his pants and he shit himself and turned into a human shit brush. He goes to the nurse and goes home. No one, not even the Tards, go within 20 feet of the slide ever again. Anyway, John has been pretty calm lately. Even has 1 or 2 good friends. I've kinda started to be okay with him. We go to lunch. I want to lie and say that we had chicken tendies, but I think it was actually corn dogs. Turns out John hates corn dogs, I would say about as much as Hitler hated the Jews, or something like that. The Tard Wrangler brings John his plate. You can see the rage in his eyes. He calmly stands up with his plate. He goes up to the lunchroom supervisor, who happens to be the security officer today. He opens his mouth. He yells, screeches at the top of his lungs like a demon straight from hell. I hate corn dogs! Full Tard mode engaged. He throws the plate of food at the officer. He continues to screech while taking off his pants. He shits in his hands. What the fuck, .jpg. He begins the Tard death spin to avoid capture. Shit everywhere. At least 10 to 16 kids vomit. Several parents threaten school with lawsuits. John sentenced to OSS for 1 month. School is out for 3 days. Part 4. The Johnaning. Warning, this is the worst part. Last day of school. John has been back for 3 weeks. He's been sitting by himself. Every day his rage increases. You can feel his eyes piercing you if you said his name. He has a list of names. Last day is fun day. Drawing games and all sorts of things. John is nearly at critical rage mass. Someone sets up a cake on John's desk. He ignores it at first. Both 3rd grade classes are together for a party. I'm talking to a girl being all flirty for a 3rd grader. I look at John. He's taken a bite of the cupcake. He vomited quietly on the desk. He hates vanilla cupcakes, apparently. He crushes the cupcake, goes into full Tard gorilla mode, shits himself and flips the desk. He looks at the teacher and then throws a stapler at her, pisses himself, completes the holy trinity of nasty. The classroom is full of screaming children, paper everywhere. He flips the food table and grabs a 2-liter of soda. He throws it and it explodes. He gets fucking naked and tackles a poor girl. Shit, piss, and food. A giant fucking riot. The teacher has had enough of John. Teacher goes primal. Rips John off girl with the force of fucking Hercules. He's covered in shit. throws John down and puts him in a headlock. Teacher turned out to be a wrestler in college. Tard low blows teacher. Teacher slams John to the ground. It's all ogre.jpg. Security escorts John and teacher out of the school. Teacher fired. John expelled. School sued. I go home for the summer. Forget all about it until John came back to my school last year. Ugh.